What's up, everybody? It's your boy TGK back with another reaction video. Today, we're going to react to a Luka Doncic video, man. I saw this pop up. Figured, let's go and let's check it out, man. It looks like a good video. But you already know, as I always say, ladies and gentlemen, enough of the fluff. Get to the stuff. So this video, let me confirm, this video is by HoopMastery. HoopMastery. Y'all go check them out. The video is titled How Luka Doncic Destroyed Defenses Without Even Scoring. I love this because I feel like it's going to highlight passing, right? Obviously, how he destroys defenses without scoring, passing, manipulating, doing the stuff Luka Doncic does, you know, utilizing his breaks and slowing the game down and all that good stuff. So, you know, I love these kind of videos because it just highlights Luka's greatness, and I'm all for that. So, once again, enough of the fluff. Let's get to the stuff. Let's start this video.
So, watching Luka Doncic play basketball is like watching an artist paint a masterpiece. The things he does on the court for this Mavericks team look effortless and sometimes can even be breathtaking. His ability to slow the game down, read defenses, and dominate on his terms makes basketball look almost too easy, and it leads to him simply being unguardable. The mastery of his game comes from always being 2 steps ahead of the defense, so when you see him get cut off when driving to the basket, most defenses would think they have him right where they want him, but this is when he uses that turnaround to create that space, and boom! I bet you think he's gonna shoot it over the top right here. Well, sorry to tell you, that's not happening, as he's always playing chess instead of checkers, so with the defense sunk in and highly concentrated on Doncic, he no-looks this out to the opposite corner for Grimes to cash in.
That was a great illustration of what Luka could do. That was great. I loved it. I remember watching the play live. I was like, I thought he was going to shoot it as well. But this is great. I mean, like I said, that is the Luka Doncic experience. And I think when you watch Luka and you see, you literally saw how many people were in the paint. Like, look at this. Look at how many people are in the paint. Literally. Almost all 5 players had their foot in the paint. Almost all 5 of them. You could just say all 5 of them had their foot in their paint. Obviously, you had Dinwiddie over here, right? But literally there was about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What was that? 5, 6, 7 players in the paint because of Luka Doncic. It's a crazy play, man. But I love the illustration and pointing out how important his play style is for the Dallas Mavericks.
The art of passing is what jumpstarts Luka's game, as his 8.2 assists per game sets his teammates up for easy looks to score, and it gets him in a zone where he feels like the conductor of a symphony. A lot of the time, you'll see the Mavericks use this high screen to allow Luka to get the separation when attacking, and since his threat of scoring the ball is high on the scouting report, this will make defenders gravitate towards him, making the entire defense shift as a whole. And just like the last play we discussed, Luka keeps the defense on their toes at all times, so just when you think one thing is going to happen, well, here's where he shows you another with this pass out to the corner. When watching him come off the pick and roll, defenses will sometimes send 2 defenders at him to get the ball out of his hands, and although this would be a game plan that could work on most guys across the league, Luka is one of those guys who can thrive in tight situations, and with Caruso having to split the ground between 2 defenders, this puts him in an awkward position. Right now you can see 2 shooters wide open with a smaller guard in Isaiah Joe on Lively, so honestly this is a playground for a player like Doncic, and he can now pick and choose how he wants to have his fun.
Triple right there, corner, Clay, yes. And on the
That was kind of sick because Shea was right there too. Shea was right there. He could have just poked the ball out of his hands, but Luka Doncic, man, he's just him.
This will to stop him from scoring just works against the defense on a nightly basis, because with his 6'7" height and incredible vision, it doesn't matter where the opening is, as long as there is one, he'll find a way to get it there. Most of the time you'll see Luka find these cross-court reads when he's coming off these high screens, as it makes the defense rotate completely to stop those lobs from happening.
Oh, what a
but
pass.
Let's say he wants to deceive the defense so he can thread it down low. He'll use those eyes of his to move the defender out the middle of the paint with a look off to the corner, so now he can zip it down to Gafford on the roll for an easy one. This skill right here truly turns into a game of pick your poison for the defense, because if they don't rotate over, they'll just give up an easy lob over the top. And as we've already seen, if they do choose to rotate early to take it away, well, now there's 3 points added on the board. These 2 ways of manipulating the defense makes the offense unstoppable, as one of these options will 90% of the time always be open, and then when you're dealing with a player like Luka, even if it seems like he can't get it to one of his guys, he'll always find a way.
And that's crazy. And sometimes I know people are upset whenever Kyrie literally is in the corner, but when you do that and you have an elite threat to be able to roll with Luka Doncic on a pick and roll, you have to come and tag and you have to come and help because you don't want to give up an easy 2, but then you also don't want to give up an easy 3. So you got Kyrie on one corner, Clay on another corner. That's pretty crazy when you think of it like that. But I don't suggest to do that all the time because we need to utilize Luka in other ways. But this is an elite way to open up the game, right? I'm just saying.
Take this play for an example. We first see the two-man action initiated right when passing half court. So obviously this presents an opportunity for the defense to double him as Luka is very close to the line. Now when doing this, you have to close the gap quick so nothing can get through. But when you do make that mistake and leave some daylight, Luka is now able to use those precise passing skills to his advantage and thread this one right to Gafford right past the defense. Other times when Luka has a clear route to the basket to pull the big to him, he'll reject the screen and get right to it. And I mean, who are we kidding? When you have Steph Curry trying to stop the roll, we already know how this goes. For the defense, you have to play a delicate game when guarding these pick and rolls because all it takes is for the roller to get one step behind them on the pursuit to the rim and it's a done deal.
Yep.
Like seriously, I'm talking about one step advantage and now you're giving up 2 points. To try and stop this, you'll notice defenders sagging to help like we touched on earlier, but remember how I said these two options will kill the defense every night? Well, right here is a prime example as to why. You can clearly see Kevin Durant wanting to help down low on the lob, but at the last second he slides up the floor as he maybe thought Luka would kick it out to his man. And would you look right here, the lob is right on target. These ways of finding his guys on the court is what I like to call the practical ways, because we all know it's proven and will most likely be used by Doncic on a nightly basis. But where he really starts to mix up the defense is with his creativity when spotting his teammates. It can start off ever so slight by Doncic first attempting to drive the ball to then step back into a gather for a jump shot, but bam! Look how KD dropped more towards the basket as he's gearing up to grab the rebound. This right here is a no-no when you're dealing with a player like Luka, because at the sight of any mistake from the defense, he'll make sure to capitalize, and here comes a Kyrie Irving three-pointer, with Luka responsible for 33.
It's just crazy. It's a sick situation in a positive sense when you could kick it to Kyrie. Imagine you're playing basketball and you're the number one guy and you could kick it to Kyrie.
Percent of the team's assists when he's on the floor. It's only expected that we'll get some of these crazy passes where he sends it over the top of his head to his teammates for open looks. But trust me, everything is a lot more calculated than it seems. Right here versus the Nuggets, you're going to see Watson rush at Luka to force him to do something with the ball. And this here is where great players are able to slow the game down and get exactly what they want. So instead of rushing and sending it right over to Kyrie, who Gafford is pointing at, Luka served that up fake so he could get Payton on a trampoline. Now he can attack downhill with only the worry of MPJ, and if you look towards the middle of your screen, you're going to see that Jamal Murray has placed himself in the middle of Kyrie and Gafford. So with Murray ending up behind Gafford to split the ground, both defenders being north-south on Luka, and Jokic sitting back in the paint waiting, this allows Doncic to go right over the top to place this perfectly to Gafford on the move. Finds like that only happen when you're able to stay calm and be patient. So here when you see Lively roll off towards the basket wide open, Luka of course wants to get it there, but with the long arms of Scottie Barnes stopping the pass over the top and Poto getting back, this pass really wouldn't make the most sense. So at this moment we could see him send it over to PJ in the corner, but nope, RJ takes that away as well. This is now where you have to stay poised and hope someone flashes to an open area, and luckily for Doncic, he has another elite player in Kyrie Irving who recognizes this, and face cuts right past his defender, and now we all get to see this beautifully placed bounce pass which leads to a bucket and close. When you look around the league,
yeah, that was nice, but it also took Kyrie to sense what was happening and make that play come to life. But like I said, that's the chemistry between Kyrie and Luka now that we have, because people can't say that they don't have chemistry anymore. When you see plays like that, that is knowing your guy, right? Like, oh, he's trapped, he's not dribbling, let me cut. Easy as is.
There's not many guys who can keep their wits about themselves when they end up in a position like that. And this is truly what separates the great passers from the good. It's honestly like Luka has no mapped out game plan, as he instead tends to react quickly to what the defense does. So on this play versus the Jazz, it looks like he's going to gather into a floater over the top like we've seen him do a million times. But once that help defender leaves the big man wide open on the backside, here's where he'll flip the play in a quick second, and now you're getting slammed on. Now listen, I understand it's not easy for the defense to really predict when these passes are coming, but there should never be a time where you get shook so bad to where a guy's wide open at the rim for Luka to get it to him. On that play alone, you can see how quick Luka can exploit a defensive breakdown, and even if it seems as if it's too late and he's in a crowded area, he'll show you that there's levels to this thing we call passing. Yeah, some of these passes you'll think are going one way and they'll end up going the other. And if you ask me, Luka has some pretty big to attempt some of these. Like right here versus the Raptors. He's surrounded by defenders with nowhere to go. And without even looking, Doncic sends his behind him over his head, leading Kyrie to the spot so he can catch, gather, and fire.
Over the shoulder.
That's crazy.
Now, if you think that was nice, let's take it up a notch. Right here. When you have a passer of his caliber, you have to see them as a threat from even 90 feet away from the basket. So for the defense, they can't let guys slip behind them on these runouts, or else Doncic will make sure to get it up the floor and lead them to a bucket. Versus the Pelicans here, you're going to see this slight gap.
Y'all know how far these basketball courts are? You know how long they are? To throw a pass from like one free throw line to the other free throw line takes a lot to be able to be a push pass like that. Luka Doncic being 6'8", obviously, and having so much power in his leg, it's a lot easier for him. But go out there and try to do a on the rope pass from free throw to free throw line and tell me how you do. Tell me how you do. That is not easy. Like on the dime, accurate. It's not easy.
Happens small window of time for Luka to hit Grimes in the open court. And trust me, most guys wouldn't even think to attempt this pass. But with Luka operating like Patrick Mahomes on the floor, he can put this in a spot where only Grimes can get to it between the defenders, and that's all she wrote. Listen closely. Let me ask you something. When you watch Luka dish out these passes, what goes through your head? For me, his passing feels like an art form. Fluid, unpredictable, and endlessly creative. Watching him throw the perfect dime through the defense is like witnessing a magician reveal their best trick, only it keeps happening play after play. His ability to manipulate defenders, deceive with his eyes, and find teammates in impossible spots transforms every possession into something extraordinary.
I love this play.
Plays that look improvised are actually the result of his elite awareness on the floor, and this is how you can destroy a defense without even scoring the ball. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.
Y'all go check out HoopMastery, man. Y'all go check them out. That was a great video. Loved the fact that we were breaking down Luka's passing. So much is about his shooting. So much is about defense or the lack thereof. Like everybody loves to criticize him. So much is about MVP, this and this and this and that. But I love the fact that this video was solely based on his passing capabilities and showing you how brilliant he is as a basketball player and everything he brings to the game, man. Luka Doncic has a wonderful game, and it deserves to get more credit than it actually does get, right? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it's been your boy TGK. Let me know what y'all think about that video. Let me know in the comments below. It's been your boy. Appreciate y'all watching. Leave a like. Consider subscribing. Consider becoming a member. All that good stuff. And until next time, man, we out.